Today we're going to be trying something I've never seen done before, courtesy of Nintendo actually adding features to their console. We are re-button mapping the controller, and we're going to be playing Mario Kart in different ways compared to the normal controls. And I wanted to try this. I thought this would just be a fun little challenge. So for right now, I have currently my controller is mapped to the trick button is the D-pad. So I am playing this almost as if this is Mario Kart Wii. This was my inspiration. For those of you who've played the past Mario Karts, you may remember Mario Kart Wii, and I believe Mario Kart Wii was the only one. The trick button and the drift button were not the same. I think it started in 7 and then 8 Deluxe, and 8 obviously. Really, thank you, Tommy. They changed it so the drift and the trick buttons were the same, and I just wanted to try going back to the old days, back to the good days of 2010, and try this out, see how it feels to play this game if the trick and the drift button were different. And so there is no way that I'm able to remove the drift button. Here's like capabilities to trick, so I mean, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to trust me. I'm trying my hardest to remember, but like right now I'm using, so let's see if we can do this. Oh, let's go. That was hard to do. We're using the D-pad here to trick, and I'm now seeing why Nintendo may have changed it, because it is quite difficult to input directions here to get the charge jumps how I need. Like that right there was not the easiest. It's very difficult because you have to claw your hand. I'm having to use my index finger as to drive, and then I'm tricking with my thumb on the D-pad. So it is not the easiest. Okay, well, if we can get a 5th here, this would be an excellent start. So yeah, I don't know. I thought this would just be a fun challenge. I made 3 different ones. So we have a Mario Kart Wii one, and then I made one inspired by Forza, or at least that was my goal. I've never really played Forza, and I briefly looked up a button mapping to try to figure out a Mario Kart equivalent. So I hope it's as close as it is. If you play Forza, I mean, I guess you're free to yell at me in the comments, but just know I tried my hardest. And then I made one where I inverted everything, and I thought that would kind of be fun. Trick button and drift button inverted, as well as A and B. I did a couple warm-ups, that's why I had some points. I was trying to not go into this blind, or else it would have been atrocious. But I believe we got 5th on that race, which I'm pretty happy about. And just to prove it to you, because I've wanted to include it, I'm going to not do any cuts here until the next race starts, so I can prove to you that I am actually doing the controls that I say I am. Here is the proof as promised. We can see this is the current button mapping, and we do have a couple that we will get to in due time. Guys, I hate to say it, but we are so cooked. This track, I'm already not that good at, and it is so difficult. It is going to be so hard to be able to get the tricks and like turns how I need to take that super popular strategy that you take to be able to do that little dirt shortcut shroomless. Like even this here, that was kind of ugly. I mean, let me just shut up for a second and see if we can do this. Nope, we got bumped off. Yeah, this is not going to be easy at all. I thought when I did this initially, I was like, oh, well, surely like this won't be that difficult. I'm kind of thinking that I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being one of the more difficult, if not the most difficult button mapping that we're going to try. Because the other ones, I don't really think it will impede my ability to be able to trick and do a directional input at the same time. But this is really difficult. This is really difficult, which is kind of insane to me now. When I think back to the Mario Kart Wii days, when I played that, I would play on the Classic Controller Pro. So, I mean, if you don't know, feel free to call me Unk for referencing Mario Kart Wii this much. The Classic Controller Pro, it has, compared to the Switch setup, the D-pad and the joystick are flipped. So you didn't have to do all these weird shenanigans with your thumb. Like, at least I'm not used to this. I mean, we're not doing terribly. We're in 7th, and this is now a full room. But yeah, this is hard challenge. I still am kind of shocked that Nintendo lets you button map anything how you want it to, but I thought this would just be a cool little thing. So if you guys like this, I mean, let me know. I'm willing to... Oh, sorry, I was a dirty cheater there, and I used the drift button. But I figured this would just be a cool little challenge. Let's see if we can... Okay, the post is gone. This would be a cool little thing to try. I might try this more in the future if we can get any cool things. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Oh my god, let's go. That was so that's why I was trying not to talk on those vines. I had to use my left index finger to wrap around the joystick, like curl my finger, pull it left, and then press the D-pad trick button with my thumb. That was not that easy to do. This is I think this might end up actually being the hardest one. So I am so happy with 3rd. And sorry about my name. I don't promote drinking and driving, don't do it. Well, I was thrilled for Mario Circuit until I realized this is an intermission, but this might end up, looking at the mini map, this looks like it's the one that you do all 3 laps. So I don't know. I was thinking for things like this, especially how this challenge is going for this controller setup, I definitely need easy tracks like a Mario Circuit. Again, I just hate to like grief the lobby. Okay, we're here in Mario Circuit now. This is like such a perfect track. Okay, thank you. I'm just trying to get a dodge from this set. And then if I do, I'm just going to golden through all the shortcuts here. I mean, I don't really have a choice. I'm just going to do it anyway. Okay, this is even better. This was even better. All the cows on the track. Are we going to do it? I had a feeling that this would be the track that it would be doable on, but I did not think like this. Can we do the shortcut with the sketchy way? Okay, I have to use that there, because I was gonna get beamed otherwise by the red, which is really unfortunate because I was gonna save the Mega for like this section, which I think could have made a bigger impact. Okay, I suck. Like, I had no reason to not get the double. I had literally no reason to not get the double, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. And I think we got a Peepa top 2, or did the swoop ruin the Peepa? We made a Peepa sandwich, it looks like. I don't know, we'll find out. But oh, there was never a doubt. The GOAT Caleb with Peepa as well. Look at Caleb and I at the top of the leaderboard. 2 Peepas. This is what we like to see. Mario Kart Wii Controls never let me down. You just need Mickey Mouse to track picks so you can do the inputs in this game. I can't lie, I'm having a lot of fun with this challenge right now. I think just because I'm winning. But I mean, even if I wasn't, this is actually more fun than I was expecting to have with this. This is like all of the neurons in my brain are just firing in like so many different ways that they have not been used ever for this game, or like my, you know, muscle memory from like 15 years ago. So this is it's quite fun. That was really hard to drop my my finger down from the D-pad, or from the joystick to the D-pad there, but we did it. Then they say Mario Kart players aren't real gamers. I mean, I might honestly say Mario Kart players are like pro athletes. Like, that was quite the difficult movement that I had to do there. But, you know, improvise, adapt, overcome. Okay, hope here is that that baby Luigi does not have the shock. We get the double, someone shocks ahead, or we can just dodge, and then we win. Or, you know, do well. Okay, bro. I should have just gone forward. I didn't even realize like how that was so stupid of me. That was just a complete brain fart. If I would have just continued mushrooming forward, I probably could have gotten like top 10, which It's only now that I look at it a single point difference. I don't think it doesn't matter too much in terms of like your actual points, but just like, you know, confidence, getting good races. I think that's enough for Mario Kart Wii. I believe that was 4 races. So now I want to try the Forza one. So here's the proof that I'm switching to it. We're on Forza now. You can see here is what it is. All right, I didn't include any cuts there. I'm just gonna speed this all up so you can see that I'm not changing it in between. Now, again, I've only played Forza like once, again, like a decade ago. And I believe Forza and Gran Turismo and a lot of those racing games, I remember it like broke my little like pea brain when I was, you know, like a kid. Like my brain could not comprehend that other people could play different racing games that weren't Mario Kart. And it also couldn't comprehend the controller layout for the game. So I'm currently holding what we normal civilized people use when we play Mario Kart. The drift button, ZR/R, is what I'm holding to accelerate right now. I do know for certain that is how you accelerate in those games. And when I looked up the controller layout to see how they did it, other things in the game, because obviously I now need to remap something for drift, it said B was clutch. So I'm pressing B for all of the turning, and then I set A to braking. But this is honestly, so far, I know it might not reflect it in my position, this is easier than the Mario Kart Wii one already. This feels so much easier just because I'm able, are you kidding? I'm able to drift, and I'm also able to like do these charge jumps. Okay, I was gonna do the charge jump until the most goated item of all time had something to say about it. But it's much easier to actually do a charge jump in the left or right direction, or just be able to like preemptively do tricks to align yourself up better for something, because I'm able to press with different hands. My left and my right hand are, you know, each controlling one aspect of that, unlike Mario Kart Wii, which controlled both. Which honestly, now that I look back at it, like Nintendo, terrible game design. What were we doing? I'm really scared about the shock, but I just need to spam and get a dodge. Okay, I was not expecting a bill there. I think this might actually... Oh, okay, it worked out. If I would have known I had a bill, I might have tried to have gone up to the shortcut. If you can't tell, the bullet there is really slow. There's been numerous times I've actually used the bill in the water, and I lose time just because there's people up in the shortcut. Going way faster because you're taking a much tighter line. It's unbelievable how much tighter of a line that you take, and then also the amount of like perceived speed that you're losing isn't as much because you're on water and they're on solid surface. So if they're good, they don't ever touch the water. So it really does save a lot of time. But I literally cannot complain. We got third. I was not expecting that. That was... I'll take it. We will take it. I needed this for the Mario Kart Wii one. It's kind of funny. I keep forgetting that your controls still last in between the races. During the races, when I'm choosing the races, I keep pressing A to pick the track, and then I'll either like put me back out through the menus I've clicked through, or it just does nothing. And then I'm just like, why is the button not working? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I need to press RCR in order to do this. And I already think I'm too far forward. And I'm pressing the wrong buttons to stop and go and do anything. Well, you guys will rejoin when something interesting happens, which may just be the finish line. You'll find out. What is these items? Okay, this might be real interesting. We'll see. I'm just gonna use that to spite anyone who got mushrooms that wasn't me. Were those ice balls massive because that dude was just in a mega? I like never noticed that. Okay, that was really uneventful. That was extremely uneventful. There was no shock the entire time, which was shocking. Get it? So I don't know where I'll put you back in. You might just see that. But I can't complain with a fourth. We're getting all the easy tracks. I could have used this for the last setup, but yeah, I did it again. I accidentally pressed A and then B and then finally ZR in order to select the track. I'm just gonna do this to get a lead if I can. I was really hoping I could steal those triple mushrooms there. Not gonna happen. This is a track that if you can break away as quickly as possible, I would recommend it, because you want to lead. There's no reason to be in the back, especially if I could be up here and like not be in first, and then I'll let someone else take the blue. But yeah, kind of funny how that works though. Whoever makes Forza and Gran Turismo, I'm sure those companies spent like, $10 million on someone just telling them the optimal button layout. It was money well spent though. This controller setup is actually like quite comfortable. I still prefer, it's just you can't rewire like a decade and a half's worth of Mario Kart playing with the other controls, but it does feel pretty nice, this setup, to be able to race with. Oh, there's the blue shell I was talking about. I hate this item. I just don't even want this. Couldn't have even done anything about that about that red shell that came from the heavens. Okay, that was completely my fault. So if I end up getting a bad race, we can refer back to getting no item. Nothing hit me. Cool. Okay, honestly, there's been no shock, so being this far back at this point, I don't even mind. I'm losing. Okay, I had to recalibrate there. I forgot what every single button was, and I started going back to default. But this might have actually paid off all of that slacking there. If there was a shock, I was hoping there would be a shock, and we got it. Do I do it? I think so. Is that gonna even... I think that landed on, like, the roof. Fifth. We take those. We absolutely take those. I believe so far with this combo, we've gotten a fourth and a fifth. We're in T3. Forza knows what they're doing. Shout outs to Forza. Now that I think about it, I kind of find it funny I don't know if it's just me. Let me know if anyone else is the same. For how much I love Mario Kart and have loved Mario Kart, never had any interest in like any of those actual real racing games like Forza, Gran Turismo, all of that, like, I don't know, there's just something magical about being able to drive a kart as a ghost that weighs nothing, and you can just bomb half the room and then transform them into nabbits so they can get bombed again. Like, where else can you get that? No other game. All right, this is a track that, again, quite happy this was not one of the Mario Kart Wii ones that I made. This would have been like actually impossible to do the strats with this button layout, but this should be possible here. So let's swoop. What are you doing? You're supposed to be. If you use swoop, you better be absolutely goated at the game. Okay, that like absolutely brought us way back. Assuming there's no stupid boo. Okay, he's going for that, and then he's got those greens there, so I'm not even dealing with that. Do that shortcut. I kind of want to see, does this last long enough that I can take both? Nope, it's not going to. Oh, but I didn't get punished. Okay, drift, go. I think the difference between 5th and 6th, I think you actually do lose a point. I believe 4th and 5th get the same. So that is unfortunate. That is a 1 point loss that I should have just not been able to. It shouldn't have happened, yeah. But honestly, that doesn't even have anything to do with the controller layout. I'm just really bad at that turn. And I believe this has been 4 races. So we are going to switch the mapping over. So just as proof. Now we're going to load this backwards one. And then let me see what it means now so I can use this. You already know the drill, no cuts included, so you have the proof that I did it. So this one, I kind of wasn't really inspired by anything. I just called this inverted. At least that was what I was going for in my head. So again, this is probably going to require like every single neuron of mine to have to like connect and fire, so I don't fall back on my old habits trying to do anything here. But I inverted A and B, and then I inverted the item and the drift buttons. So right now I'm having to trick and drift with my left index finger. Okay, let's see if we can do the shortcut here. This is gonna be so difficult. Okay, like, I don't think that was terrible. I really don't think that was terrible for having it inverted. So yeah, all of my items are done with R and ZR. So I'm able to basically do all of the driving kind of in my left hand. I'm, you know, obviously drifting, and then I'm also tricking. I was gonna try and see actually, like, I mean, I say it as a meme, but I did want to try a race or two with making the right stick be the one that you drive with instead of the left. I thought that would be kind of funny, but I don't think Nintendo lets you change it around like that. Okay, let's see if we can do this. That coin was on top of that banana. I like didn't even see it until the last second. And there wasn't really much I could have done about that. I mean, that was a well-placed banana, whoever did that. I'm scared there's gonna be a shock, so I'm just gonna do this and then no. Okay, I take back everything I was saying about this being not too difficult. It's not too difficult if you're doing one. If I'm just drifting, it's fine. But the second you add an item into that, I mean, I was basically at the end trying to remember which was which, and then I wasn't working, and then I'm just spamming both, hoping that something works so I can go forward. Let's see how much we lost for that, because that was really ugly. Dang, we went from 2nd to 5th. I honestly can't complain, though. That was not going to be an easy track for that type of... Again, all of the tracks that you need for this are the simple ones. Like, where's my Koopa Troopa Beach lovers? I see Wyatt got first with Koopa Troopa. He doesn't want to return home. All right, time to do a couple more races with this. This is yet to be another... I'm pressing the wrong button for the charge jump there. Okay, that was quite interesting. Maybe I was discounting how easy I thought this one was at first. This is quite the interesting feeling. I have a feeling this is one of those that it's the more complex a track is, you'll really start to feel it. I don't think this would be too difficult on a almost no difficulty track, but well, thank you. Okay, is this gonna break my brain if I do this? Oh, never a doubt. A little sad though, I was gonna use the mushroom to take that shortcut there. Unfortunate. Okay, let's see if we can get this at least. We did it through all the bumps and through having to like triple check in my head that I was about to press down my left index finger, and that was in fact the correct button I needed to press down. Okay, we got a star. There's already a shock, so like I don't know how big of a deal this will be. Basically, I'm thinking I'm just going to use this star. I'm going to chain into this. Oh, I'm absolutely chaining this all into the set right here to get the double. And then hopefully it's like a good item underneath. I don't want to go on that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. What are we doing? Thank you, Nintendo. Okay, we still get 5th. That was really hard there at the end as well. I was trying to get rid of the boomerang so I could shroom, and then that's why you might have saw some of those unnecessary hops, because I was trying to use the item. But 5th there, I really don't think is too bad. We got a full... It's 17 people in here. I mean, it's pretty full. I'll take it. I don't know if we had the power to beat Sigma, dude. I mean, with a name like that. Oh, I was already bracing for the wrong... Okay, I pressed every single button wrong there just to accelerate and then also to trick. I'm glad that this track got chose because I do want to make a fool of myself just trying Tarzan. I am just afraid if I go for Tarzan, we'll kill like every single cheap in the area and cause more damage than like the BP oil spill. But here we go. Okay, use the item so I can try to get the trick there. Okay, that wasn't terrible. That wasn't terrible. I pressed it! I pressed it! Oh my god! I would have gotten like 8th or something. I pressed the bullet. Like, I pressed L as it was happening. I was trying to spam it, but because my P brain couldn't comprehend what buttons to press, that's why I was hopping and using the items. I was just spamming both. Oh my god. I was probably like 0.05 seconds away from that. Oh, I take it all back. This one is rather hard. This combo, or this controller's button mapping setup, this is a different type of hard. I said the Mario Kart Wii one was difficult because you can't input the tricks and the directions and stuff, which is true. Like, that was very hard. But that's like that's a physical type of hard. Like, it's just difficult because I'm not able to like move my hands in the way that I need to quick enough in order to do that. This is like a mental type of hard. Like, I have to think so hard when I start getting these items, like, what button am I pressing at the right time in order to do this? This is what I mean. Like, bro, people say gamers aren't athletes. Are you kidding me? Like, do you see all the like mental difficulties that I'm going through right now in order to do this? Like, dang. I'm like prime LeBron right now. Okay. Let's see if we can. Okay. That was not the easiest to try and do. I mean, are we even able to do like this thing? Or is this gonna break? Okay. I was gonna try to go for the bougie pull trick, but I think that would have made my brain explode as well. Just see if we can. Sigma dude's too powerful. How can I not let him get the double box? I was really greedy there. I was wondering if I could chuck that off the wall and have it bounce, and it did. And that's unfortunate for him because it's really slow when you get hit in the water like that because your acceleration is like even more atrocious. That lovely toad next to me I don't think was helping, but I also think I messed him up, so, you know, we're equal, I guess. Okay, oops. Was not trying to use another one. Bro. Please be a mushroom, yes. Okay. Oh, no, I'm gonna get punished for that. I had to, like, I was using all my brain power there so I could hold the drift and then use the item. Like, I had to repeat so many times, like, we gotta hold the left side of the controller and then tap the right for the item. I mean, like 9th out of like 18 spots, I mean, that's not terrible, but in terms of points, that's not great. Yeah, you can see, like, you just keep getting mid results in these rooms. You're not gonna get too many points. All right, this will be a difficult track. Oh, wait. Okay, I was pressing the wrong button. I was doing the cheer to try to get up there. Okay, I say this will be difficult. I don't think like this section will be too difficult. It's just if I want to get bougie with it and then I start taking the upper path and, you know, doing all the tricks and stuff, like that will fry my brain. I will explode if I do that. But I don't know. I'm debating it. Oh, I did not think I was gonna make that. I was cutting that real close. I didn't even get the trick there. I'm having like a hard time getting like the soft drifts and like drifting at how I normally would. Okay, I didn't think I made it, and then I just kept spamming it because I was unconfident. It's like weird. Like, I feel like I'm taking longer to get my drift to charge up compared to how I normally would. Oh! Should I be mean? I'm gonna be mean. Yeah. Oh, I was hoping I could try and get him off. Do I hit him? Why are you still here? Bro! Okay, I was gonna just plant the bomb here. I'm not even going for the bougie strats that I've mentioned before. I think the Shy Guy is still with me. I don't know, it's kind of hard to turn around and look. Okay, I was wondering what happened to that Toadette. Subs? Alright, Subs, please. I would love to end this on a W. And I will not be the people who say just one more. Oh my god, just go. Whoever threw those greens, I'm gonna assume there's that Toadette there that looks so sweet and innocent with like a menacing heart there, just chucking those greens at me. That was a nice throw, but unfortunate for you. If I was just 0.2 seconds slower, you would have hit me, but I'm happy to end that on a victory. I was not expecting that to be the track I would get the W. Doesn't even matter. Both Subs and Sigma Dude beat me, and by a decent amount. Well played to them. This is what I love about these rooms. You just get so many good people at this game. It's just such a nice challenge.